Coming up, the biggest celebration comes to campus to wrap up the Hispanic Heritage Month.
Plus, President Vela outlined his ambitious goal of increasing Texas A&M Kingsville University's student enrollment to 10,000 by 2028.
And Alexandria Conchola shows her family's true colors at the Art Gallery with Art Talk and more.
This episode of the Javelina Broadcast Network starts right now.
Welcome to this episode of the Javelina Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Mariana Soria.
And I'm Kylie Valenta. Let's get right into today's news.
The Tamalada Festival at Texas A&M University Kingsville celebrated Hispanic heritage with lively activities including a grito contest, inspiring speakers, and a delicious array of tamales and traditional Mexican cuisine. Attendees enjoyed vibrant folklorico dances, making it a colorful showcase of culture and community spirit. Our reporter, Karla Muñoz, was there with the scoop.
Hola Javelinas, we're here at the Student Union Building celebrating the 3rd Annual Tamalada Festival. We have friends, family, live performances, and most importantly, tamales. Let's go check it out. So my first question is, as the 3rd Annual Tamalada Festival goes on, how could you envision this year comparing to the previous years in the past?
So in the past 2 years, we've been at the museum. It was meant to be a way to expose the museum, but since year one, it's just been very popular, lots of people. We've also done it on family weekends, so this year it just seemed to make sense to kind of put them together so that way families have a chance to experience the tamalada and not have to walk down a block in the heat. So it's been really good. This year's been a lot of fun. It seems to be really good. We've got a lot of space to kind of walk around and have fun.
So how does your performance connect to cultural significance that ties in with tamales or other broader South Texas traditions?
Well, tamales is a tradition that is really, really old. Right now, my organization, Sigma Delta Pi, right now is showing the process of corn grinding. This process is really, really old. It has around 5,000 years old, and cultures like the Mayan and the Aztecs have been using it for do the corn and do the masa to prepare the tortillas, the tamales, and it's really, really old. So it's really important to show the students, to show the people here in Kingsville about this process, because we see tamales everywhere.
Okay, Samantha, so what role does folklorico dancing play in preserving and presenting the Mexican and South Texas culture?
I think folklorico is really beautiful. You get to showcase different regions of dance, whether it be Oaxaca, Costa Chica, Jalisco, which is this vestuario, Veracruz. It's just really beautiful to be a part of these dances, to showcase our heritage and our culture, which I think, especially here in Kingsville, since there wasn't a group, I think it's important to preserve our culture and heritage, especially during this event for Hispanic Heritage Month. It's just really beautiful, and it just brings the community together and just showcases more cultural preservance.
And now back to the desk with Mariana and Kylie.
Globalized Tamuk hosted an open house event inviting students to explore various programs that enhance future career prospects. Attendees had the opportunity to engage with experts who shared their experiences studying abroad, offering valuable insights into global education opportunities.
Hi, Javelinas. I'm Matthew Robertson. We're here at the Jernigan Library for the Tamuk Global Engagement Open House. So let's go check it out. What does it take to put an event like this together? Obviously, this is the kickoff for just the many events that will happen this year with global engagement.
Oh my gosh. Well, first and foremost, it does take a lot of manpower. I would say that, especially being under the Office of Graduate Studies. So we have Dr. Valdez, which is our, of course, like the dean. And then we have Honors College with Miss Melissa and Sue. And then we have our office as well, Miss Nicolette, for global engagement. And then we also have our own student organization. So like Ambassadors of Cultural Exchange, ACE, we have their volunteers. The honor students and their student life committee also volunteered as well. So they were definitely a big help into this. And then also just a shout out to Massey, Dr. Rodriguez. He definitely did help us with like the dancers for the folklorico. So it did take a lot of time and effort, and also just using our additional resources to make a collaborative event like this successful.
So studying abroad is obviously a very unique opportunity, and a bunch of universities offer, but how do you think this impacts the real learning environment of a student when they go out there and it's more hands-on work?
Yeah, so I've done 7 study abroads since I've been here, and I can tell you firsthand that it completely changes our students. Students that go abroad are able to understand things that are hard to understand when you're on campus. You get to learn things in the real world. You also get to learn them outside of your comfort zone. So you learn things related to your area, but also other aspects of traveling that you may not be able to get in your day-to-day life. They also get to work together, so group projects and just leadership that they can learn through the program. It's just a great experience for students to have.
Thank you for watching. Now, back to the desk with Mariana and Kylie.
Artist Alexandria Canchola showcased her stunning art inspired by her grandmother's journey as a Cuban immigrant, featuring vibrant colors that reflect her rich heritage. The exhibition included an artist talk and reception where Alexandria shared her unique story and profound impact of her family's history on her creative process.
Hey Javelinas, I'm Abby and I'm here at the Ben Bailey Art Gallery where students can see the Mango Anada exhibit by Alexandria Canchola. We spoke to the artist herself to learn the story behind the exhibit.
Here you are at Mango Anada. This is an exhibition about work that's kind of a tribute to my grandmother, who's an immigrant from Cuba. And so I've really tried to showcase her life through several different paintings, as well as a cardboard installation that brings her kitchen to life.
For those who come and view the exhibit, what impact do you want them to leave with?
Understanding maybe how roles have perhaps changed over time. That's really what I wanted to showcase with the kitchen, and then this pink room is sort of my space within her world. And so you can kind of see they're a bit different, like maybe her life had to do with like preparing a home for the family, whereas mine is a bit more like immersed in work as well as like music and film and just kind of, I think obviously I learned so much from her, but I feel like our lives are very different in that way, like who we ended up being as women.
Do you have any advice from maybe any other artist who wants to showcase someone important in their life through their artwork?
Just get started. I would think about maybe who they were in the world to you, as well as, I think for me, I really wanted to bring my grandmother's life to a different audience. Obviously, like she meant a lot to me, but I think a lot of people can connect to that relationship. So there's sort of a universality in these relationships that we have with those that came before us. I think it's one way to kind of bring your culture to the forefront as well, is, thinking about those familial bonds that we all have.
Why do you think it was important for students to be able to have an opportunity to view her artwork?
Yeah, so I think, an artist like Alexandria is very, like her work is very fun, it's very colorful and it's really personal. And I think it's good for students to sort of see that and to see what's possible, and the way that we can sort of take stories and characters and people from our own life and then make art about them.
This was Abby at the Ben Bailey Art Gallery. Now back to the desk with Mariana and Kylie.
And now for everyone's favorite segment, Hoggy Highlights. The Lunch and Learn cooking class hosted by Student Engagement at TMUC taught students how to prepare delicious, dorm-friendly sweet potato and black bean quesadillas with elote. Participants enjoyed a step-by-step instruction while discovering healthy and flavorful meal options perfect for the busy student lifestyles.
The recent Folklorico event dazzled audiences with elegant dancers showcasing their pride and dedication to their cultural heritage. Vibrant costumes and lively performances highlighted the rich traditions and stories of the community, celebrating the beauty of Hispanic dance.
Now, before we get into the last story of this episode, here's a quick word from our sponsor.
Hey, what are you up to?
Nothing.
Looks like you're reading an article from a fake news website.
Fake news? I didn't know it was fake news.
But doesn't looking at your phone for so long cause eye strain and neck pain?
Well, I mean, it does, but...
Why look like everyone else? Why look illiterate, uncultured, and lack the experience of holding the physical copy of the hTexan, our award-winning student publication?
Uncultured? Where would I even find?
You can find the hTexan across campus and throughout the entire community. The hTexan can be used for so many great things, as well as...
Well, are you gonna tell me?
You can use it to turn on the light switch. You can use it as a bed as you wait for the next issue, which comes out bi-weekly. Need to avoid your professors after failing a test? Use the hTexan to hide your identity. You can use the hTexan to spy on your friends. You can use it to fend off unwanted guests. Teach a cat how to read.
Wait, a cat?
Make a paper airplane.
Okay, I'll pick up a paper next time I see one.
Oh, don't worry, I have one right here.
Oh, thanks.
And you can use the hTexan to make new friends.
Hey Javelinas, welcome back to the second half of this episode of the Javelina Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Mariana Soria.
And I'm Kylie Valenta. Let's get right back into the news.
In a recent interview, President Vela outlined his ambitious goal of increasing Texas A&M University Kingsville's enrollment to 10K by 2028. To accommodate this growth, he emphasized plans for expanding dormitory options, remodeling classrooms, and improving parking facilities, while also engaging with housing officials to gather insights on the necessary accommodations for incoming students.
Thanks, Mariana. Here at Texas A&M Kingsville, we strive to be bigger and better. So, with the goal of 10,000 students by 2028, we sat down with President Robert Vela to discuss the changes that will need to be made on campus. How will the university accommodate for the influx of students, such as more dorm space, potentially bigger classrooms, as well as parking?
Yeah, obviously, we were talking about that, as a matter of fact, today. We definitely need more dorms. We have a partnership with our local apartment complexes, but we need to have those available here on campus. So there's a second phase of dorms that we're planning already to go ahead and begin the approach to get more dorms on campus. Parking, right now we have about 4,800 spots throughout the campus. That needs to improve. I think with the demolition of Turner Bishop Hall, that will garner more parking for us as we use that as an alternative parking space. We have a lot of different opportunities for us while we develop future programming for parking spots or those kinds of things. These are interim steps. We're a few years away. We've got time to really invest in more surface parking, ensure that we have an array of living options for our students. Those are all opportunities as we engage our community partners to ensure that our students have a place to live. We will definitely have to improve and increase our professors and our faculty positions. Right now, we're at about 53% full-time faculty. We want to be closer to 60 to 70%. We don't want to increase class size, but we can also get creative with the mode by which we offer classes, right? We can offer maybe more online classes, more hybrid classes, which will alleviate the face-to-face to better balance those schedules. We're also talking about potential 8-week courses, parts of term, so that students can take, a couple of courses first 8 weeks, a couple of courses second 8 weeks. That could also help alleviate some of the congestion and ability to better plan for coverage for those particular classes.
As a professor, how important is it that every other professor is ready for the influx of students in the coming years?
It's very important because we don't want to just bring everybody in, welcome to Kingsville, and you're on your own. With all the initiatives we have coming here, such as JED Campus or maybe our Karen Campus, retention's got to be one of our key missions here. As we bring in new faculty and current faculty, we want everyone to have that kind of same mission of we're here for the students, we want to take care of them, make sure that all their needs are met.
This has been Chris Olivarez, back to the desk with Mariana and Kylie.
Now, for all of our sports fans out there, it's time for Sideline Reports with sports editor Jacob Daniels.
What's up, Javelinas? I am your award-winning sportscaster, Jacob Daniels, and it is time for my favorite part of the Javelina Broadcast Network, the sports segment. Let's start off with cross-country runner Maya Espinosa winning LSC Runner of the Week, and Espinosa ran 6,000 meters in 22 minutes and 12.1 seconds, leading the Javelinas to their fastest average 6K time in program history. She was the first of 4 TAMUK runners to cross the finish line consecutively, each of whom finished more than a minute 20 ahead of the 5th place runner on their way to a team win at Our Lady of the Lake Saints Classic. Moving on to tennis, the team just finished off their Javelina Jam, which is part of the university's 4 fall ball competitions where they faced off against conference rivals. Moving on to your Hoggy football team that just capped off a major win against Soria, which put them in a good place to face Midwestern State University this past Saturday. And finally, your Javelina athlete of the issue from the South Texan is none other than quarterback hTexan, who had 4 touchdowns against Soria. Well, that's all for sports. Now back to the desk with Mariana and Kylie.
Thank you, Jacob. Don't forget to subscribe to the Javelina Media Experience for more news on campus. And don't forget to pick up your copy of the South Texan. I've been your host, Mariana Soria.
And I'm Kylie Valenta. Thank you for watching this episode of the Javelina Broadcast Network.